Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Mike. I'm your host, Michael D. Beckford, and got another good one for you guys in regards to the Monkey app and guys that are on the DL. So we're gonna get right into that in a minute.
This is 5 Minutes with Mike, our news, our voice, and our opinion. With your host, Michael Beckford. Now stop, listen, and pay attention for 5 Minutes with Mike.
Okay, so for today's episode, it is DL dudes monkeying around on Monkey app. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's been a recent trend of individuals getting on this app that I'm not. I obviously I watched some of the videos, but I was on the app with one of my coworkers one time, probably like a month ago. It's kind of a weird app, to be honest. But anyway, I was on the Monkey platform with a friend of mine, and it was pretty weird. Like, you just pretty much skipping a bunch of people talking trash, talking this, talking that, and it was kind of funny to me. In regards to this particular app, it just, to me, outside of just a layer of a very quick conversation, it kind of reminds me a little bit of what I guess the old school dinner, where you just like you kind of like switching chairs and you talk to somebody for like 60 seconds, and speed dating. There it goes, like speed dating. It's like to me, it's like a form of speed dating to a degree. But there are also some people out there that's weird on that app. I'm not gonna go into too many details, specifically because of YouTube guidelines, but some weird stuff on that app, I should say. But what I want to address today specifically, I've seen some videos and it seemed like they're popping up every day. In regards to, and you know how the algorithm works. Once you see one video, then it starts showing you more videos of this similar thing. But what's been trending is, these guys that are either, I've seen a trans on there that they look like a woman, and one of them really did look like a woman. And then there's some DL, well, not DL, but some gay guys, pretty flamboyant, so they're gay. But their whole objective is to basically try to, I guess, out particular guys on these particular apps. And you find that they, some have had some success. But I'm going to talk about one case after the other that I've seen. So in one scenario, I see the woman, well, the transsexual who identifies as a woman, right? I saw the transsexual individual, and she was really baiting him, on, because a lot of dudes was like just fawning over this trans individual, and they could not really tell that it was a dude. Like, some of them, of course, were able to tell that it was a guy, but a lot of times, they was giving all kind of compliments, like, yo, baby, you this, and here's my number, I'm gonna take you out, here's my IG and Snap and blah blah blah. And then to find out the revelation that it's a girl, that is a dude. Really a male born trans, right? But identifies as female now. And so I find it fascinating because a few of the guys will click off and skip, and after getting that revelation, that particular reveal, and their faces is the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing, looking at their faces, the shock and awe. But some that are, very straight male presenting guys are like, hey, okay, cool, I'm down with that. Like, yo, yeah. And so, and these are guys that may have had girlfriends or have girlfriends now in the present moment, but by any means, they're like, yeah, I'll F with a trans, essentially, And so I find that part a bit fascinating because, like I said, these are general heterosexual presenting males that are essentially having same sex attractions one way or another. When it comes down to it, you guys can see I did an episode in regards to this matter as well recently. As far as can heterosexual presenting men wear skirts? All right, so I just talked about the part in regards to the trans woman. This episode of 5 Minutes with Mike is brought to you by Michael D. Beckford's newest book, HOMEBOYS. Everybody has a homeboy or friends call his own. The best friend you kick it with at the family barbecue. The one you trust to bring around your lady without raising a red flag. A homeboy would play video games, smoke, and chill. A homeboy is a nigga you can ride or die, and the one you sleep with on the low. HOMEBOYS, available in ebook and paperback or wherever books are sold. That fooled a lot of guys, right? But now, you also have the evolution on the other side where these, openly flamboyant gay males are pretty much baiting guys to see if they would, if they would take the bait in regards to wanting to move forward in some sort of relationship with them. Obviously, a lot of this is they're doing it for clout. They're doing it for YouTube. They're doing it for clicks and things of that nature. But it's shocking, though, to see the number of guys. Like, most times, guys are fast forward and they're skipping and things like that. But it's crazy because, while everybody's monkeying around in this app, there's some guys, so they, their facial reactions like, wait a minute, you this? Are you that? And then they start asking these particular questions. So you already know, like, the wheels are kind of spinning in mind because evidently these guys are curious or something that nature. Curious about this particular, feminine leaning gay male. And so the thing that's fascinating to me about it all is that not only is basically this is a popularized way on YouTube now to essentially out people, but at the same time, the way that you see the reaction of these, normal patterned, heterosexual presenting males that have same gender attractions, is amazing because at the end of the day, I going back because I speak a lot for the black community because that's the community I grew up in. A lot of women believe that it can't be me. Essentially, like their guy, like, nah, my dude, no, he's a thug. He ain't on that gay shit. Essentially, and come and find out, you may find their guy on monkey. You know what I'm saying? So it's a crazy thing because it puts back the way that individuals identify with sexuality and gender norms itself. I think it's an amazing thing because those things, like the men wearing skirts, you can see it as being possible. Like, not even possible. Why would a heterosexual presenting man want to do that? And then ask the same question: why is it that this guy that's the dope boy, the 3 different baby mamas, why is this guy attracted to the same sex? If his whole life he's been, he's been planting his seed into women, what makes him attracted to men? I don't have the answer to that, but I believe a relevancy to it, especially speaking back for the black community, is I believe black men, specifically in our community, are oppressed and suppressed when it comes down to their selection of who they want to love and or like. And because of this particular oppression or suppression, they move into a life of AKA DL, which stands for down low. So they move into this particular life and live this particular paradigm in order so that society can accept them. So they will be presenting as the societal norms to not basically individuals get a whiff of who they truly are, or who they want to be, or who they truly are could just be bisexual, because that is a thing too. Unfortunately, we want people to be put in a box, especially females. No, you gay, you taking D from these niggas. Nah, you oh no, nah. And that's exactly the side eye that these males, these black males in general, don't want to have to deal with. The rocks essentially being proverbial rocks being thrown at them because of their particular choice. But as you guys can see online, where there's also been a trend of guys, quote unquote, getting caught by their girls because of them doing this or them doing that. So the question is, why can't these individuals just live their particular life as they so see it? Why do they have to monkey around, muddy the waters, and be in other particular spaces so that they can feel accepted? And so at the end of the day, we have a bit of a gender crisis at hand. On the one thing, you have guys that are flaunting their ass, aka sagging, showing it all. Once again, they're hetero male presenting guys, while at the same time they're basically sending signals, aka mixed signals, to an audience of usually one, and that audience is generally a male. Now, they themselves may not admit it or may not say it, and they may say, "Oh, I'm not about that gay-ish." But at the end of the day, they whom are doing this sagging are not just sagging for fashion's sake. When you're matching your ethical draws and everything else along with your outfit, dude, most likely you're sagging to get an attention and an arousal from a certain audience. No different than a woman that wears particular certain clothing that is there for a particular audience as well. So what am I saying? You're not going to wear a business suit to the beach, just as well as you're not going to generally wear certain provocative clothing to the workplace. So even though you're maybe in regular public spaces, that's not concluding a beach or something of that nature in a job, you're still wearing a particular thing to be noticed. And the way for which you're wanting to be noticed may just lie in the way that you wear your clothing. Now, here's another thing. A lot of women are blind to the fact that their men that go off to jail for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and come back, they're blind to the fact that they believe that these men are the same. It's the same man that left they home 3, 4, 5 years ago. I'm sorry to break it down to you, but more likely they're not the same. As a matter of fact, they're far from it. Now, they'll come home and present themselves as this particular caricature of themselves, but most likely that is not who they are. They are someone that's been awakened into a lifestyle, awakened into a bestiality, an animalistic sort of nature because of being behind bars. It is animalistic, right? Let's just be honest with ourselves. But outside of that, they're awakened to something within them from seeing guys being raped, essentially. They're seeing guys being, handled in a certain way that wouldn't necessarily handle outside in a way that was giving consent, I should say, right? And now they may also themselves be the provocateur of those things. So they come back to you and you're like, "Oh yeah, my man. But your man is monkeying around on a DL app. Your man is monkeying around on apps such as Monkey and any other particular app that is more inclusive and exclusive of what that particular individual looks like. Now, does the person have to go to jail to have these particular attractions? Of course not. They don't. But what I'm saying is that there is a fragment, and especially in the black community, in regards to the oppression and suppression of gender in itself. And this is why things like these videos happen, is because of, especially when it come down to black females. Like, they, oh my gosh, sometimes they just need to just shut the F up. They just get in the way too much, whereas like now this man will never come out. You know what I'm saying? Because now they seen what you did with the other dude when you went on when you went online and spread all this stuff about this dude. Oh no, he ain't coming out. No, he gonna stay right into his cave. He gonna stay right into his safe space. And so at the end of the day, now we have a particular thing that's going on now, where individuals are doing, gay baiting things online. And I'm talking about influencers, people that got thousands of followers, like doing all kind of stuff. You guys have seen them. And guys on Instagram and TikTok, specifically making sure that the angles of their videos show their ass, show them shaking their ass in some kind of way. Who is looking for that? Women aren't looking for that. They're looking for the print up front. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking for the print in the back. Anyway, guys, I said a lot. At the end of the day, guys are monkeying around on the Monkey app, and hey, you may find your guy on there on YouTube. And once again, my name is Michael Beckford. I am the host of 5 Minutes of Mike. Thank you for listening and watching. You guys have a blessed day. Saints, turn with me to let me find that right quick. Turn with me to page 265 in your hymn books. We gonna sing it together. Go tell it on the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, where Jesus Christ is born. The world is crying for a hymnal to sing. We're constantly on the verge to let freedom ring. We look for a new song every chapter of the week. That song may be about a boy or girl who has no food to eat. It may be about a soldier shot in the chest, or police violence during a house arrest. We watch and we pray, we sing and we shout, we clap and we dance, and then we leave out. We really think that we made a difference because of the same old hymn that we've always been singing. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, where Jesus Christ is born.
We're born at a time, and we live in an era when no oppressed people will be satisfied to let the oppressor continue to oppress them without doing something about it. And as the oppressed awaken and become very eager to defend themselves, the oppressor himself is going to step up his activity. And step up activity on the part of both will produce an explosion that's just as certain as the rising of the sun on the eastern horizon in the morning.